Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bergsons. Let's make the short trek down to Morbid Ridge. Just a hop and a skip away. Oh, we don't have that upgrade yet. So this is where Captain Odin made that stand where he saw 300 or so people get burned alive. Hi, Morbid Ridge. An inhospitable range of rocky hills. People have long avoided this place, even before Sarkoris fell to demons. Let's go ahead and rest up before we enter. I've seen plenty of people who don't care about anyone else. You're the first person I've met who doesn't care about themselves. You'd chop your own head off for the sake of science if you had to. But not anytime soon. Experiments to investigate the reanimation of a severed head will require an assistant and a laboratory. So this DLC is a crossover with another game, Children of Morta, which I've had on my wish list for quite some time. Haven't got around to playing yet.
No reason to
There's beauty hidden in the darkest of places.
Patricium Turinos, Abrata Grati, Ona Adayanam, Ona Adayanam, Ona Adayanam, Ona Adayanam, Ona Adayanam, Stagioni Savitur, Stagioni Savitur, Stagioni Savitur, Stagioni Savitur, Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam, Ona Adayanam, Inimosi Travisi.
Are we in trouble yet?
Inimosi Travisi. Travisi.
Anything new?
Es Axi. Nam Orama. Nam Orama. Nam Orama.
You are my favorite aide.
Ba, er, riti. Ba, er, riti.
So I'm pretty
You
sure
require
that's a new
my unbiased
cantrip.
opinion?
Ignition. Yeah, because there wasn't a fire cantrip before. He had flare. Morbid Ridge ahead. Surround the Bergson girl. Get her. Tear her apart. Stop right there. I've got you now.
Magic is lacking.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
So what is corrupted?
I'll remove this obstacle.
So they turn into skeletons when we kill them. Or they summon skeletons.
You should listen to reason.
Begone, fiend!
Alright, so the Babao is from a weapon that Sosu has equipped. Soul Shear. How was that voice acted? I guess it is a free DLC. But Outcat had said that they're gonna start incorporating more voice acting, if not be fully voice acted going forward. Aha! Take that, you nasty goblins. The girl blows a raspberry at the pile of ash that is left of the enemies, her ginger braids bobbing merrily. Also, this hairstyle was added to the character creator. Phew, had a hard time with them. Without you, it probably would have taken all day. Thanks for your help. Who are you, and what are you doing here? The girl speaks rapidly, rushing to get it all out. My name is Lucy Bergson. I came here with my dad. His name is John. We're looking for my puppy, Riker. He was taken by evil goblins. They took him, and then went through a shiny circle. We went after them and ended up here. Wait, little one. Are you saying you're not from Galarian? Where are you from, then? Gola, what? Never heard of it. We're the Bergsons. And like those nasty goblins, we live near a big mountain called Morta. That's what I know. Right. So there are goblins on other worlds. The more you know. I mean, goblins? That's nothing new. Other worlds besides ours. That's actually big. How did you come here, if you're from a different world? Was it a portal, a ritual, or a magic item? Statistically, all three of these methods are equally likely. All their methods combined constitute only about 0.28 of the remaining statistical probability. Are you sure those were goblins? They look strange. The corruption changed them. We live by a big mountain called Morta. Its spirit is sick, and it poisons everything around it, even goblins. Although they were always nasty, even before the corruption. I don't understand. Take your time and tell me everything, from the start. You sound like Mom. Lucy blows a stray strand of hair off her forehead. Pouts. Well, the nasty goblins took my pet wolf. Then they opened a portal and went through it, taking Riker with them. Dad and I went after them, and then even more goblins came through after us. But those were different, evil goblins. The corruption made them cruel and dangerous, and so we all teleported here, to your world. It's strange, very different. Everything is so bright and weird. Interesting. My dad went after the goblins to bring Riker back. He told me to wait here. As I was waiting, evil goblins attacked me, and then you came. I'm waiting for Dad and Riker, so we can all go back home. Well, I've been waiting for ages now, and they haven't come back yet. I'm kind of worried. Only a little bit, though. Can you help me find them? Pretty please. Lucy, I need to ask you something. Sure, go ahead. You came from a different world. Are you talking about it like it's something mundane? Well, not mundane exactly. I haven't been to other worlds before, but I've grown up seeing all kinds of miracles happen around me. You see, we Bergsons aren't your run-of-the-mill family. We defend our world from evil spirits and fight the corruption, battle all kinds of monsters, weave spells, have visions, and... The girl flaps her hands about energetically, and her braids sway like little flames. It's a great adventure to travel to a different world. I'd probably be a lot more surprised if I wasn't a Bergson. So, tell me about your father. Dad, well, he's Dad. Big and strong, he protects everyone. He's got a shield and a sword, and a big beard. You'll know him when you see him. Sounds like my kind of guy. A Riker's the name of your pet wolf. Yes, he's a wolf, but he's small, like a regular dog. He's white and fluffy, and simply the best. He's part of the family, and Bergsons never leave their own behind. That's why Dad and I came here, to get him back. Wolf or no, he's not safe with goblins. We need to hurry up and help this little girl find him. You came here through the goblin portal. How will you get back home? Lucy smiles, her eyes sparkling with mischief. There's a secret way. Magic crystals. They always take us back home, no matter where we are or what happens to us. Thank you for your answers. Don't even mention it. I want to know more about your world. I'm not much of a storyteller. Grandma Margaret normally tells them, and Dad is a pretty good storyteller too. Lucy taps her fingers against each other. You should find Dad. He'll be able to tell you everything. I'll try to find your father and the cub. Really? You're the best. The goblins went to the caves behind these ruins. Dad went after them. I'll wait here, in case Dad or Riker get back before you do.
I'm gone.
Oops. Hey, that actually worked out. Need to level up Sunshine. He does get a feat here. Ability and perception. Not falling for Focus Strike again. Done that once. So we already have Outflank. Let's do Lunge. You can increase the reach of your melee attacks by 5 feet until the end of your turn by taking a -2 penalty to your armor class until your next turn. You must decide to use this ability before any attacks are made. This will kind of work with land since land is ranged. It doesn't matter how far away his mount attacks, because you can still shoot at him. Speaking of, we need to mount land.
Lizard and a human enter attack.
Our land needs to mount
What'll
Sunshine.
it be, Lan? The bartender
I'm not
asked.
romancing land this playthrough. Alyssa looks up from the toe of her boot, with which she is tracing lines on the ground. Have you found Dad and Riker yet? It's beautiful. Is that your house? Socio points at the drawing the girl made on the ground. A big house standing in front of a mountain. Yeah, I made lots more drawings back home. Hope we can go back soon. I'll be back later. Yeah, I'll be waiting here.
We do it my way.
My knowledge world, I believe, is Sela. Nope, it is Nenio.
A success worthy of praise.
Ancient crumbling rocks looks like an old Sarkorian crypt.
Can't hide from me.
Oh. Look, something shiny in the water. You fool, forget the shinies. There are Bergsons around. It hurts so bad. Hey, there's someone here. Bergsons maybe.
This will be quick.
Not quite.
The light take you!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You're irrelevant.
I'm all ears.
Follow if you dare.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so this is where her father's at. Let's go down here first.
We should move.
It seems that the Sarkorians forgot this place long before the demonic incursion.
I found something.
I do what I must.
Call me again if you need to.
Oh, he went through the ruins, not the cave.
I'm gone.
Yet another obstacle.
Strike!
You won't survive me.
Mind over muscle.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
You should have run!
I will bring down the divine wrath.
This will hurt!
Easy peasy. A tall warrior clutches his sword and shield. His dark hair has a dash of gray. His stern face is tired. His movements betray no sign of weakness. Thank you for your help. My name is John Bergson. Looking for my daughter's cub, a small white wolf. Have you seen him? Wherever he is, there's sure to be a bunch of goblins with him. Not yet. I'm working on it. I saw the goblins head to the caves through the ruins, but then I took a wrong turn and ended up in a skeleton lair. I think the goblins are hiding in a different cave. Hopefully, Riker is still with them. John winces. I'm afraid I'm not much help at the moment. I need some time to rest. Your daughter said you come from another world. Is that true? It does sound made up, doesn't it? But it's the truth. We really are from a different world. Tell me about yourself and your world. I need to tend to my wounds and make sure that my daughter is unharmed. But later, I'd be happy to tell you more about where Lucy and I come from. Lucy is worried about you. She's waiting not far from this cave. Thank you. I'll go to my daughter at once. She's worried enough on my account today. See you later, John. I'll be with Lucy. See you. A lot of magic gear here, which is always great because we're a little short on cash, a little strapped. Also, that was just Hell Knight armor. This shield looks new though. That's pretty cool. The water is rising. This place will soon be flooded. The long-forgotten heroes of Ozark Chorus lie within this wall.
We do it my way.
Here lies Lance Tamal. He will never return. He will never be forgotten. Heavy Shield of Lesser Cold Resistance, so don't need to read that. It just gives you cold resist. Probably 10? Yeah.
The mongrel did it.
More money? Which is great, because again, we are strapped for cash, so... These crystals are useless on their own, but they betray the fact that there is plenty of valuable ore nearby. What do we have here?
It went splendidly.
The diamond shine in deepest dark will calm the raging dead.
Follow if you dare.
I've got one. Do I need two? Did I put it in there already? No. What happened to my,
I'm off.
We need a second one. I wonder if I can leave and come back. Like, go back to Dresden and buy one.
I do what I must.
It's possible we can find one here. I'm afraid because that one description said the place will soon be flooded. I wonder if we finish the quest and we can't go back down there. Let's hop back to Dresden real quick. Grab it, then head back. Easy as. Oh, it hasn't been finished yet. Oh, this is really good armor, too. Grove had long been dry and dead. The spiders that once occupied it had been slaughtered. Monstrous web cocoons hang from the branches, containing the remains of their victims, and a certain number of useful items that miraculously were not dissolved in the spider's corrosive drool. And Chainmail of Dragonfly. This +3 chainmail can be activated once per day to grant all allies in a 30-foot radius a +1 insight bonus to attack and damage rolls against demons for 10 rounds. That's pretty good. Pretty good. A quick save before this fight. The monsters that opposed the Crusaders were truly abominable. Their bodies manifested weird mutations, extra eyes, unpaired limbs, mouths in their bellies, and withered half-grown heads, helplessly dangling on their shoulders. The leader of this heinous cohort was just a pile of moving flesh, who struggled to retain its humanoid appearance. Even as it died, it continued to stir a monstrous brew in a large rotund cauldron. Shuddering with disgust, Crusaders peered inside the cauldron and managed to retrieve some of its hideous contents. Chunks of bodies belonging to demons, mortals, and other unknown creatures, twitched convulsively, still alive. The soldiers did not know what to do with this vile trophy, and delivered it to the commander. I would have burned it, but sure. Voracious Jumble. The mage Zymus was a famous adventurer and wicked fighter. His feats, now seldom recalled, were as countless as his scars. Zymus was not driven by thirst for fame, but by a rare sense of responsibility inherent to his nature. Therefore, the day when the brave mage lost his arm in a fight with a werewolf became his tragedy. How could he, so strong and solid, retire now, when so many still needed his help? Without a second thought, Zymus took an arm from a fallen enemy to replace his own. Thus his decline began. For years, again and again, Zymus took the limbs of defeated enemies to heal his wounds. Zymus turned from a hero into a monster. It was rumored that there was no actual flesh left of the body that he had been born with. First Zymus was shunned, then driven away, and finally declared a monster. The mage fled into the wasteland to become an ominous legend people scared their children with. So has that not been finished yet? Let me check. Still being built. 3 days. That was only 1 day of construction. Well, either way. So I'll make the journey back to Dresden real quick, buy the diamond, head back to Morbid Ridge so we can finish that puzzle, assuming that we use diamonds. I guess it could be diamond dust.
Endure this!
Don't hold back!
Into the fray!
You should have listened to reason.
Make every strike count. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'm gone.
Also make a pretty penny back in Dresden, since we found all that magic gear. All those rings of protection and +1 leather armors and plus everything the commander had. Alright, same level army. Have to be a little wary of this. The old mines where dwarves would mine priceless crystals are now abandoned. The group of demons that had made its lair there tried to defend their territory from the Crusaders, but to no effect. Daily income increased, material points times 10. Also leveled up. Let's go ahead and do... probably Master Maneuver 2. Actually, no, Experienced Traveler seems good. We don't really need units since we have Setsuna Shy. So Experienced Traveler 1, an army restores 10 additional movement points every day per level this feat, and has plus 10 additional movement points. That's really important, especially when you only have like the one army. Holy crap. Turn economy. Oh, that didn't feel great. I don't remember that battle. Oh, okay. The Crusader army descended upon the cultist squad at the moment they were performing a demonic ritual. The Retrievers, horrendous mechanical spiders who sought out and killed the demon's enemies, came to Galarian through the passage they had opened from the Abyss. Fortunately, the ritual was interrupted at its climax. The soldiers found a magical relic that belonged to the cultist leader. Stone of Ghostly Pathways. The thief named Lafar was a true worshipper of Norgabur. For him, his craft was the most sacred of the arts. Therefore, he never cut a pouch from a carefree passerby or purloined a shiny trinket that might lie in temptation's way. Excuse me. Lafar chose only impossible goals, and Norgabur helped him. When he finally came to believe that no treasures were worthy of him, Lafar decided to steal from his god. He did this not out of greed, but to prove his skill, and thus luck was on his side. Having snatched a relic called the Stone of Ghostly Pathways from the abode of Norgabur, Lafar absconded, with cloaks rustling and daggers flashing behind his back. No matter how far north the crafty thief went, his pursuers kept on his tail, and soon Lafar realized that he was doomed. He threw the stolen stone into a pile of rubble and accepted his fate with a happy smile. Norgabur's servants never found the stolen relic, which meant that Lafar's trick ultimately met with success. According to legend, after many centuries, the Stone of Ghostly Pathways fell into the hands of a shaman who lived near there. His guiding spiritual instinct led him to acquire this unremarkable stone. Was it a spiritual instinct, however, or was it the spirit of Lafar, the thief who had stolen from his god, and who had finally decided to reveal where the forgotten relic had been hiding? I'm gonna rest here, and not inside the Citadel.
So, how have you described paladins in this encyclopedia of yours, Nenyo? I bet it's something like bull-headed and boring warriors fixated on the principles of goodness and fairness. That's how the world sees us, right?
My definition is something like noble warriors, defenders of the dejected and the downtrodden, who display an aversion to evil in all its manifestations. But your version is also good. I'll add it in.
Good job, Sela. I'm also playing a paladin here. Alright, to the streets. I'm going to make a purchase. I need to sell some stuff. I think Arsino should sell diamonds. Our resident cleric. I'm going to let this episode go a little longer because I do want to get back to Morbid Ridge and pick up where we left off. I had to take a small detour because we didn't have everything we needed. But it is possible that the other diamond is somewhere in that map. I just don't want to
My
risk it.
skills are absolute.
Also, watch us not even need diamonds. I made some of our money back. Definitely not all of it. The land can wear this, but he'll lose out on some of his monk abilities, which is unfortunate because I usually give this to my range character. Yeah, I guess he'll get it instead. Oh, let's get out of here before we get drawn into some conversation or another. So I don't think you clear your corruption until you rest
Follow if
in a
you
sanctified
dare.
area. I feel like just showing up should be enough to clear the corruption, but that's not up to me. Alright, back to Morbid Ridge. Next 2 days. Our teleporter should be ready now. Yeah. So at least we have a shortcut back if we need to get back. Where to next? I think up here, then down? Yeah, so we can't go past this point. I should be using this other army. Alright. Let's get them moving out this way. Alright, back to what I was doing. So far this area does seem to have a ton of skill checks, so I'll probably do the onion soup for the +3 to skill checks. Was not actually looking to enter this battle. This may not go well. They're several levels higher than I am. We'll see how it goes. See what we can do. I'm really nervous about this one. I'm not sure if even Setsuna Shai can save us from this fight. Took out one of the units at least. I start healing my units too. Alright, another unit down. Looking better than we were. just keep tanking for me. I might just have all my units go into defensive mode except for the archers. All this for a diamond. There we go. One less unit to worry about. They're lined up perfectly for more fireballs. Let's be careful not to finish them off before I heal up all my units. Alright, so now we start healing up while we whittle on these guys. Or whittle these guys down. Not gonna whittle on them, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, get some heals out. Who else needs healing? I guess the clerics? Let's do the archers. I guess the most bang for our buck when it comes to damage. Right through most of his energy in this one fight. There we go. What a doozy. Hey, an enemy army has reached you and now attacks. I'm gonna let them flee. And push the enemy back to the strait. The Crusaders came to a reluctant halt. On the bank opposite stood a large army of demons. Excuse me. Any attempt to cross would bring catastrophic losses. So the officers ordered the construction of temporary fortifications on the bank. If demons try to cross the strait, they meet with a hostile reception, to say the least. Yeah, alright. We could go after the next army. I don't think it's worth it right now. We need to recuperate for a minute. We're going to go back this way, actually, and avoid that higher level army for now. Alright, back to Morbid Ridge. We need to rest up, of course, before we enter, then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so going back to Dresden did clear the corruption. We didn't actually have to rest. You know what we used to do with witches like you? Lock them up in Threshold and throw away the key. I wonder, do you perceive a logical connection between this deplorable custom and the subsequent demise of the country in which it was practiced? Yeah, I like Obrig, but he does have a little bit of ignorance, but... that's alright. Can't learn anything if you don't have ignorance. Alright, we call it here. Next time we'll go back and speak to the Bergsons. And solve that puzzle. We'll do that first, actually. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.